Hi, my name is Ray Catola, and you may know me from the such projects as... You may also know me as the host of the internet's favorite harness handicapping show, North American Harness Update, which I host with these two guys, Mike Prebosi and Rod Adams Jr. Every Friday from 9 p.m. Eastern, you can catch us talking harness, handicapping harness, and most importantly, having fun with harness. Can we please get this stuff out of my face? Thank you! North American Harness Update, Fridays from 9 on SRN1. Also download Often Pacing, and using promo code NAHU200K, start your stable with an additional 200,000 coins. You can also catch show archives and racing analysis over at our website, NAHUPicks.com! Oh.
$5,000 guaranteed pick four. I am Ray Pale Ale Catolo, joined here by Mike Prebosi, Rod Allums Jr., the other two-thirds of the NAHU crew, again to talk about the $5,000 guaranteed pick four for Tuesday, June 5th. That is correct. 2018 at Running Aces Casino and Racetrack. Races 8 through 11. It's a 50-cent minimum. And Rod, how much is that sweet takeout on this pick four? Give it to me.
How much is it? Takeout is. It's low, but it's a $5,000 guarantee.
All right, $5,000 guarantee. We know it's a low takeout, and we got 4 races to talk about. And it seems like with each edition of our coverage of this pick four, it gets tougher and tougher. We got big fields for this sequence, starting with race number 8, 9 lining up in this non-winners of 1 to 2 pacing event. Again, 9 horses lining up, no clear favorite, and if there is one, it's on the outside. So, Mike, how do you go about this leg?
Yeah, I'm not using the outside ones. I'm going to try to get a price here. I am 5 deep, and I'm focusing on the middle of the gate. I'm going to start with the 3 Dancer's Fancy, 4th start back. The horse is 1 for 20 life, but has 8 shares. Finished second last time by a neck with, a marginal trip. And, I think the inside draw will help this one. The 4 Avoid the Noid I thought was a bit misdriven last time. Was held back early, came flying late on a racetrack that really didn't favor that. I think that horse should be closer here too. The 5 were going downtown. This horse closed in a different spot last time, but went from 47 to 1 to being bet 7 to 1 and gets Nick Rowland here. I think that's a positive driver switch. The 6 RT Time. This horse was scratched last time sick after the layoff. Raced well, I thought, coming out of the layoff, finished 3rd in that spot. And if this horse can overcome the 6 scratch, I think will be a little bit of a price. And then the 7, Too Much, Too Quick. This horse gets a driver switch, and that's really what I'm looking at here. Has raced evenly these, first 3 starts and, has some experience, but the driver switch could make the difference. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 start.
Ooh, lots of options for Mike. Rod, how many options for you?
I'm 4 deep here. I'm also going to the middle of the gate, and I'm going to go outside as well. The 3 Dancer's Fancy, I think you have to use this one. The morning line value is there to use this horse. Doesn't win that often, but I think this horse is coming into form, comes off a really good race, and draws the inside, so this one is a must-use. The 4, Avoid the Noid. I don't have anything else to add from what Mike said. The 5, we're going downtown. Has been kind of pace reliant recently, and I'm not a big fan of that over there at Running Aces, but I think the horse should be halfway close anyways, and could trip out and win this race and gets Nick rolling. And then I'm going outside to the 8, Bea's Delight. Comes off a win. Really good first over move last time to win that race, and was pretty handy winning it. So I think with the current form of this horse, she should be pretty close throughout, and I expect this horse to be leaving in a race where there's not much gate speed. So 3, 4, 5, 8.
Mike's 5 deep, Rod's 4 deep. I'm 3 deep in this opening leg. Starting with the 3 Dancers Fancy 2. That pocket trip to finish second last time in the slop definitely caught my eye as a much improved effort from her third place finish the start before that, coming from off the pace. Especially like that she showed speed from post 6 after not showing speed in some of her starts prior, so that could be a sign that she's moving in the right direction. Avoid the Noid, the 4, also was against it in the slop last time out, coming from off the pace to finish third. Should get a better trip, especially assuming that it will be a fast track under sunny skies, Tuesday night. And then the 8 Bias Delight is a lot of back class, looking back to Kentucky Sire Stakes and the Stallion Series back in August of last year. Came back and won as the favorite in a maiden event after dropping down from an open here at Running Aces. So it seemed like just needed the class drop, moves up slightly, but dominated that field well enough that she seems like she should be able to fit here. So I'm 3-4-8 in the opening leg of that pick 4. Second leg comes after the first. It's the non-winners of 3 or 4 for $7,000. And again, we got a lot of horses lining up, 9 to be exact. And Mikey Mike, who's got your eye?
I have 3 deep in this one. The 1 Buzz Light had some road trouble last time. Had a little bit of trouble getting away from there, and then ended up making a break late in the mile. This horse was decent, I thought, that night, despite that, and won 2 starts back at the same level. I think a better trip equals a better spot here at the finish. The 2 Guns and Money's interesting. Third start back, showed speed from the 8 hole first time. Then last time, kind of got stuck in and, ended up being placed 4th in the race. Third start back. I think the price will be right on that one. And then I'm going to go outside to the 8 Contemporary Legend, who, made 2 moves last time. Looked very good coming back to aces. And I feel like can flash speed again. Was dominant in that race. Was going away at the wire. You get Rick McGee here. I feel like you're still going to get somewhat of a price. 1 at 9 to 1 last time. I would think probably about half that tonight. So 1, 2, and 8.
Oh, Rod, 1, 2, and 8. Does that sound familiar to you?
A little bit. I'm a little bit deeper though. I'm going to go start with the inside Buzz Light, the 1 horse. Made that break. Top of the stretch last time and was probably going to be first or second there. But this horse definitely plays in here, especially from the inside post. Should get away right up near the front end. The 3 Yankee Time, I throw this one on. Made a move down the backside first over and ended up drawing away to win. Really good form. Has been great since moving up to aces and got 2 decent trips and looks to be in a good spot to get another decent trip in this race. The 5 Storming D odds. Throw this one on. This is another one been in great form. Is likely going to be the favorite here, and tough not to have this one on your ticket. And then I'll go outside to the 8 Contemporary Legend. Another one that just raced really well last week. Drew away from him. So I do throw that one on. Outside post is really the only concern for this one. And Mooney Svensson took another horse in here as well. So you might get a little bit of value there. 1, 3, 5, 8.
Buzz Light sounds like a strange crossover between a beloved Disney character and a canned beer, but is coming in off a mile that is much better than it looks, considering that he broke in the stretch. But I feel like the sloppy track was heavily responsible for that. Considering 2-back-2, he won off a nice trip against this same level. It's going to be a fast track. Tossing that last race, Buzz Light's a contender. Guns and Money. I was never a fan of Welcome to the Jungle, but I did like Slash, and this horse does look good on paper. 2 starts back from post 8, launched to the top, and it's that line in particular that really has me on this horse. Tossing that last line completely. He could be live, especially with an inside draw. Rod touched on Yankee Time. I don't have much more to add to him. He's stepping up after delivering as the favorite last time, and that move up in class is positive, no doubt. And that completes who I have in this race. I'm 3 deep with the 1, 2, and 3. Cannot make it any more basic than that. I mean, I could, but why would I? The 10th race is the 3rd leg of the sequence. Now we're at 2,500 their last 4 starts. Another big field. We cut it down a bit. There's still 8 horses, but a lot of ways you could take this, Mike.
Yeah, I'm 3 deep here, and I like some prices again. The 4 Barbosa finished second last time, kicked home 27-4. Off a decent trip there. 3rd start now at aces for Roland. This horse has 31 lifetime wins. I'm okay with that, especially with this draw. The 5 Blue Star Maverick. This horse raced in that same race and beat this horse. Was impeded in the race and still won from the back. That was a huge move there. Really no reason why this horse can't repeat that effort, and we'll be tough again off of it. And then the 8, Prodigal. This horse came to the Aces and scored right away. Against horses like 2 Mickey Trip, that horse would play well in this spot. I feel like even with the outside post, that this horse has gate speed and could put himself in a spot early. And with the 9-1 morning line, I'm interested. So 4, 5, and 8.
Oh, wow. That's a completely different direction than I went, but is it a different direction than you, Rod?
A little bit. I'm 3 deep also. I'm going to start with the 3 Gravels in my travel. This one draws inside. I used this horse the other night. He didn't fire on the sloppy track from the back. It was just not the ideal situation for a horse that races from the back of the pack. And everything was winning on the front last Tuesday. The 4 Barbosa gets a driver change from Jerry Longo to Nick Rowland. That's really my angle for using this horse. Comes off a decent race. Does step up a notch, but I think this horse should be used, and you're getting decent value as well. And then the 8 Prodigal. Mike touched on this one. Comes in good form, has early gate speed, and should be placed near the lead, if not on the lead. 3, 4, 8.
I was questioning whether or not Prodigal would be up on the lead. And I assumed that maybe from post 8 he might not go for the front, which influenced me going too deep in this race. The 1 Raging's Flight's the first one I used. Like the fact that he was first over last time, even though he faltered to finish 4th. Start before that was an okay mile, first time over the Running Aces surface after shipping in from Cal Expo. Seems to be improving and definitely has a post advantage here. So I'm looking for a 3rd start off the ship to perhaps be his best. And then the 5 Blue Star Maverick. That last line just really pops out on paper, but my one concern is that he might bounce off it, considering A, he's moving up in class, and B, how far from off the pace he came back. Yet he had enough of a strong kick in the final quarter to win by 2 lengths, so maybe I shouldn't be worried for this horse, but with a off-the-pace type, you sometimes have to have concerns, especially when there's not much more speed in this race that maybe even might be able to hold. So I'm 1-5 in that 3rd leg. Questionable about Prodigal. If you want to throw him on your ticket, I would not blame you. I don't know. But the 11th race is the final leg. I hear Mike saying things that contradict what I'm saying, and I might go along with them. But this 11th race is the 4th and final leg. Dollars of $850 the last 4 starts. Bottom level pacers. Makes it a tough race, Mike.
I do think it's tough. I'm too deep. The 1 Nutmeg's Desire, got stuck in a filly mare 4-claimer. That race is a lot tougher than this one. Prior to that race, okay at Cal Expo and 3 claimers. And this horse is always around it. Has made $218,000. I like the draw. I think plays pretty well in here, especially if she decides to flash speed. And then I'll try the 6, Totally Racy. Comes off a layoff, but was racing well at Cal Expo at a higher level. And, that backlash could, serve her well in here. A lot of the others are just really difficult to recommend. They're getting beat many lengths versus lesser horses. I'm 1-6.
Rod?
I'm also too deep here. The 1 Nutmeg's Desire. I agree with Mike. This horse should be close. Steve Wiseman chose the 6 over this horse, but with the rail, this is a much cheaper race. I think this horse is primed to do something well, and Mooney's Fencing has driven this horse in the past, so it's going to be one of those reunion type things. The 4 Relentless Dancer, this is the other horse I use here, comes off an okay race last week after just ducking and having no chance. Like I mentioned earlier, everything on the front was holding, and just had 0 chance to win that race. So I'm going to use this horse. She should be halfway close in here, and this is a field that I think she's going to like. Some struggling horses and horses that are kind of going around. I don't use a 6 because of the layoff, and that's my only reason for not using that horse. So 1-4 for me.
I can't wait to see what kind of balloons and cakes Svensson gets for that reunion you're talking about. I thought about going too deep, but I called an audible during this broadcast. I'm going to single Totally Racy here. The horse has speed. The layoff is a concern, but that speed might just be all she needs to win the race. There's not much else in here. Nutmeg's Desire chased horses last time, and as much as I'd use her just for the post advantage, I don't like that at all. She's making her second start, though. And, it's a tough call. It's two Plested horses. Totally Racy has a class advantage over Nutmeg's Desire, and I feel like that might be enough if she can just get off the gate. So I'm going to single Totally Racy. It's an audible, on-the-spot, off-the-cuff decision that I made that is not reckless in any way, shape, or form. So here's my pick four ticket. For 50 cents, I'm 348 with 123 with 15 with 6. That's $9 for 50 cents. Mike, your ticket.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 128 with 458 with 16. It's 45 for 50 cents.
And Rod.
3, 4, 5, 8 with 1, 3, 5, 8 with 3, 4, 8 with 1, 4. It's $48 for 50 cents.
That said, that does it for another edition of the NAHU Extra, covering the $5,000 guaranteed pick four from Running Aces Casino and Racetrack. I have been Ray Catolo. They're Mike Prebosi and Rod Allums Jr. You can find their analysis on NAHUPicks.com, along with our Running Aces pick four and analysis for every Running Aces card, as well as analyses for every race day from Woodbine Mohawk Park, the Meadowlands, and once they open back up, Western Fair. But that said, all's quiet on the Western Front. Make sure you check out North American Harness Update Fridays from 9 p.m. on SRN1 or on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, any kind of platform where you have video streaming. And now let's go make some noise on that Western Front. It's getting too quiet over there.